Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, today's show is sponsored by Crimson Ironworks. Thank you, Crimson Ironworks. Today in history, there are 3 incredible anniversaries in history that I would like to mention before we begin the show. Number 1, today in history, tragically, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in 1968. This is also the anniversary of NATO forming in 1949. You can thank Harry S. Truman for that. And also, the United States of America adopted the flag with the 13 red and white stripes, one for each state, in 1818. 3 pretty cool things in history. But let's get to the news. Trump held a rally Saturday night in Michigan. If you notice, he goes to the states which are battleground states where he holds these rallies to not only help candidates that he's supporting, but obviously it's going to help in 2024. If you haven't noticed that, that's what he's doing. I want to comment about the politics of January 6th. You know, it's now come out that Merrick Garland has received pressure from Joe Biden to keep up the prosecution of everything relative to January 6th and Trump and his family members and everybody else. If you sit back and study, Tucker Carlson's dug into this, others have dug into it. If you dig into what happened on January 6th, the only thing that needs investigating is how these people who were at the Capitol have been treated. It's extraordinary, and it's also wrong. Russia's war crimes. Over the weekend, a lot of reports as Russia has backed off regions and areas and cities. I mean, they're losing the war. Major atrocities, massive graves of civilians. You know, good old Putin is in trouble. In trouble. It's one of those things where Putin now becomes, instead of doing everything in secret, Putin now is going to get on the same level as Osama bin Laden, you know, Saddam Hussein, and that's when it's going to be interesting if he can survive. Zelensky made a surprise appearance on the Grammys last night. I didn't watch the Grammys. You probably didn't either, because we don't watch those kind of shows, do we? But Zelensky made an appeal. It cracks me up how they're all gathering around Zelensky now. This is their war. This is the Democrats' war. No question about it. Joe Biden's war that they wanted. They wanted it bad. They wanted it so bad they didn't do anything to stop it. Disney shareholders, I called it. I love when my predictions come true. I said shareholders are going to start pushing back with what the CEO and all of his minions have been doing with woke Disney. And it's begun. Jill Biden, vice president. Joe Biden's latest gaffe is he referenced Jill Biden as vice president for 8 years. It never ends with this guy. And then we segue into Hunter Biden and his daddy. I decided to say Hunter Biden and his daddy because it reminds me so much of Sheriff Buford T. Justice and his son and Smokey and the Bandit. I mean, you know how big of a goober his son was and how it made Buford T. so mad? So it's Hunter and his daddy. And it is clear that his daddy and Hunter did a lot of bad things, corrupt things, political gangster things. And it's going to hurt his daddy very much. Will Smith resigned from the Academy. You know, that's like turning in your Kentucky colonelship. You know, who cares? But he resigned. The United States House of Representatives has passed the federal legalization of marijuana for 21 years and older. Pretty shrewd political move. You got to call it the way you see it. What will the United States Senate do? The United States Senate will probably not pass it. By the way, what they did is what I support in Kentucky with a lot of qualifiers, which I'm going to do a show and I'll explain it all. Judge Jackson, Biden Supreme Court appointee, she's turned out to be a piece of work. You know, first she can't say what a woman is. The latest, she's not willing to admit that there's natural rights. Remember, folks, the Declaration of Independence and our government is all based upon our forefathers being so smart, philosopher kings, and recognizing that we have inalienable rights as human beings. Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Judge Jackson doesn't want to recognize those. A GE engineer was nailed for Chinese espionage. Like I said, folks, this is so prevalent going on since Obama took over and let all the bad folks in. It's amazing. The destruction of our country. Of course, you can go back and point out other presidents and things but no. I could go George Bush 43, the Middle East crisis, everything. But I really say Barack Obama. The fall of America, if we fall, it's going to be at the beginning of 8 years of Barack Obama. Everything that he wrought upon us, including espionage everywhere. 101 police officers have been shot in line of duty so far this year. How many people have been wrongfully shot and killed by a cop this year? It isn't 101, is it? No, it's not. Sarah Palin announced her running. By the way, if you didn't know it, there's only one congressman from Alaska based upon population. Sarah Palin is one of over 50 people who have filed to be that congressman. But she's got Trump endorsement. She's the former governor. My guess is Sarah Palin will be the next congressman from Alaska. Governor Hogan, this is a rhino woke GOP governor of Maryland, has publicly criticized DeSantis' bill, admitting he never read the bill about gender identity and sexual orientation. Hogan. We're making him our Jackwagon of the day. Sacramento shooting, 6 dead, 10 injured. Sad, sad, sad. Another shooting in a Democratic city. Maxine Waters yelled at the homeless to go home. Maxine, they're homeless. There's no home to go to. Unbelievable when you think about it. Insensitive? Yeah, I'd say. The CDC has admitted teen mental health crisis. Admitted it. They've created it. Political Munchausen at its best. Ghislaine Maxwell denied a new trial. No surprise there. Jen Psaki going to go on to MSNBC. That's the way it works, isn't it? You get your government job, and then you go jump, you make your millions. NCAA Finals tonight. Who do you have? I'm going to pick Kansas, but neither one of these teams crate on me. Thank God these two teams won. I didn't want Villanova because they're from Philadelphia. And I didn't want Duke for obvious reasons. I'm a UK fan. Mel Gibson was being interviewed by Jesse Waters, and when he was asked what would happen if he went on the stage to slap somebody, oh my goodness, they cut him off. Mel Gibson's handlers cut him off. But Mel Gibson also spoke out about the significance of God and that there is a higher power and a higher authority that your life gets better. I'm giving Mel Gibson Oracle status today. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope you have a great day.